As an entrepreneur, time management is crucial in becoming successful. So let's look at the top 12 things that I recommend honing in on. Check it out. So before we get started, I want to tell you about an exclusive group of entrepreneurs that I'm a part of. Go and check the link in the description below. You definitely want to check that out. All right, so at the top of the list is organize your life with a Trello board. All right, if you're not familiar with Trello, where I'm going to show you at the end of the video, so stick around. But Trello is an online platform where you can itemize lists and put them on boards, and it's Kanban style interface. So we'll check that out. I'll show you more about that in a few minutes. Number 2, write a to-do list every night before you go to sleep, and also do a mind dump. If you're not familiar with that, it's just kind of where you just get everything off your mind, things you've been thinking about. I kind of do mind dumps throughout the day, and then sometimes that converts into my list for the next day. So stress management, do some exercise, get a massage, go to the chiropractor, whatever it takes. So number 4, do important demanding tasks first. There's nothing like having the avalanche over your head, like you're like putting off this big thing that you hate to even think about. That is, what I found is that also kills my productivity on other aspects. So hammering those out in the beginning of the day and getting them out of your way is a great way to move forward. Now, sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you have a bunch of odds and ends that you need to do at the beginning of your day because people are waiting for something. But if you can, try to get the demanding tasks out of the way early. All right, number 5, outsource what you can. Okay, this is important. For a long time, I wanted to do everything myself, and these days I hire people to do it. And I'm going to show you a couple of really good ways that you can do that. So number 6, automate what you can. There's a lot of things that you can do that is automated. Zapier is an online platform that allows you to connect different apps and port information over. So if you have an online form, you can automatically feed things into your MailChimp account, for instance. We'll take a look at how to do that. Number 7, set a time limit for each task. Try to come up with a ballpark idea of how long it's going to take to do something. If it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever, write that down and say, okay, by this time I'm going to be done with this task, and don't let anything interrupt you complete your tasks. You'll feel better about yourself, and it will help you to snowball effect your momentum and productivity. Number 8, give yourself an incentive. Okay, and it can be anything. It can be a long-term goal incentive. It can be a short-term goal incentive. The incentive can be, I get done with 2 more videos and I'm going to go get myself, a hot chocolate or whatever. So next is block out distractions. Let people around know, hey, this is my work time. If you can at all help it as a business owner, it might be a little difficult if you have people that need, questions answered. That's part of what you're going to have to do. But you can have like a set time of just like where you're not interrupted. For the next 15 minutes, I'm zoned in on this. Pop out of your office in 15 minutes. Hey, does anybody need anything? Work with, allot yourself 5 to 10 minutes to or however often you need to do that. But then get back to it and say, okay, for the next 15 minutes, I'm in a blockout zone. Don't interrupt me. And then that will help you to get more things done, and it also helps you to balance your workflow with your employees. Number 10, don't multitask. Focus on what you're doing. Make sure that you are getting things done in a prompt manner. I know it feels like you're doing a lot when you're multitasking, but you're really just increasing that stress load, and it's hard to keep your stress down when you're scattering yourself across 3 or 4 different projects. Hone in, focus, and dial yourself in on those things. Number 11, be a pragmatist, not a perfectionist. There's a lot of times that I want to do certain things a certain way. I want it to look a certain way or whatever, or have a certain feel to it. You've really got to let that stuff go, because that kills your productivity. I mean, it is awful for productivity. Just get the practical thing done and let it be. You may also even set like a minimum standard, and then if you exceed that, then great. But if not, at least you got the base level thing done with a decent amount of quality. I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't want to butcher it. Number 12, execute. You can get all the other stuff right, and if you're not executing and following through on your objectives, then it's all for naught. So have a mentality throughout your day. Execute. Get things done. Hey, before you go, make sure you check that link in the description below for that elite entrepreneur group that I told you about at the beginning of the video. You do not want to miss that. Go check it out.